Hello and welcome to Steelers Postgame on DK Pittsburgh Sports. And he's Chris Halicke, I'm Dejan Kovacevic, and we just covered
something.
Yeah,
football?
Well, it was drama, and then it was reverse drama, and then it was just kind of, at the end, it was like, oh yeah, I mean, they're 1-3.
Yeah. Obviously the story from the game is Kenny Pickett, coming into the game.
Is it though?
Well, that's what the fans wanted, and it looked like the offense it got that spark, and they took the lead, and then they still didn't win.
See, that's where I get cringy here is the word spark, and I'm glad you brought it up because Mike Tomlin said, when I asked him, are you going to stick by this decision for the next game, which of course is in Orchard Park against the Bills, and his response was basically, we'll see. I just got to sit on this one and chew on this for a while. They were looking for a spark today. Come on.
Yeah.
Really? That's what you were looking for?
Anybody could see it. Mitch Trubisky just wasn't that good. He was...
When, Chris? When was he good? You're making that sound like the aberration.
No, but I think today it was starting to get to a point of, okay, first off, he's a first-read quarterback every single time, and to make that first read and to throw the ball was taking a million years. That's not next-gen stats. That's just what it felt like. And then just the throws weren't there. It wasn't good, and it took too long to go to Kenny anyway. But
I don't even feel like Trubisky's worth dissecting at this point. There are no results. Mm-hmm. Okay, you can set aside, and we did this for a while here in our coverage. We went next-gen this, middle of the field, that, and everything else, a number of targets. You just reached the point where you say, dude, there's no touchdowns being scored.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that was where Tomlin just said at halftime, that's it. I can't. I don't care whose fault it was. There just aren't any touchdowns being scored.
And obviously that's something that they needed to do. And again, Kenny Pickett comes in. They score 2 touchdowns. He scores the 2 rushing touchdowns. Obviously, we're going to be taking he also turned the ball over 3 times. He threw.
Don't do that.
But
everybody just did you hear them all going, whoa, hey, Hail Mary, and
I know.
One off of
I think the Freiermuth one's really the only one.
The Freiermuth one is a mistake.
Yeah,
that's and Kenny took responsibility for it. You can argue if you really, really want to that Freiermuth could have come down with it. It would have been one. Yeah, no, but that can't. He can't make that decision there. Throw the ball either into the 10th row or eat it. But the clock has to keep going.
Yeah, and again, I think the one thing, and we talked with a couple of the players after the game, they felt the energy coming from the crowd today. As soon as Kenny came in, they felt the energy. That did put an extra jazz into the offense, but the defense again got shredded in the fourth quarter. That's becoming. I understand they don't have TJ Watt, but this is becoming a trend.
No, it is. Just before we get to the defense, which we'll do after the break, this energy thing, this spark thing, I really want to jettison this thing into the sun, like higher than our fountain over there. Show them the fountain, higher than the world's tallest continuous running fountain that we have over in Point State Park. Because if you're doing that just to get the crowd jazzed up, because the crowd was all like just dead.
How long did it take for them to boo and chant for Kenny?
They had to work up something for Mean Joe Green.
Yeah.
At halftime, okay? This place was just an absolute morgue. And then I put that out on social media, and a guy who actually works in a morgue comes back at me and says, hey, I work in a morgue. Trust me, this place is less lively than a morgue. So if the head coach is looking to just kind of get something going here,
that just seems just kind of like. Then again, where has this been for the first 3 weeks? For the first 3 games, because it's very
right. What do you want to go back to?
Yeah, it's very clear this offense has not been good.
Exactly. When we come back after this brief break, we're going to get into the defense. So Kenny's in the game and gets a touchdown. Renegade plays way earlier than usual. Don't blame Renegade. That's like 4th grade stuff. And the place is totally into it. And the defense just boom, backward, boom, backward. we've seen way too much of it.
Yeah, this is becoming a trend, and we can't keep using the TJ Watt isn't playing excuse, because they still have to find a way to get the job done. The players have said it, and in order to win football games in today's NFL, you have to be able to stop the other team, especially when it's Zach Wilson playing his first game of the season. And again, this is Zach Wilson. This isn't Josh Allen you're facing. This isn't Tom Brady you're facing. This isn't Jalen Hurts you're facing. This is Zach Wilson, and he shreds the defense in the fourth quarter. And again, this is becoming a major problem. And if this is going to be what the defense does without TJ Watt, then this is not forget playoffs. This is not a 500 team.
No. This is not a 500 team. Certainly not being unable to stop the run. The part that gets me, and you said it, TJ's not an excuse. I'll take that concept and amplify it in the literal sense. TJ is a good run stopper. He's not your premier run stopper. No. He's the guy that's going to seal the edge. He's responsible over there.
Yep.
What's happening to this team and the run defense, and I just finished talking to Cam Hayward about it now downstairs, is that there's any number of guys in the middle, including Cam, and Cam is really banged up. I know nobody wants to hear that. Oh, he's out there playing. I'm sorry, he's got multiple injuries right now too. He's got the elbow and the ankle.
And the ankle is heavily
and he acknowledged getting an X-ray on it at halftime. So the fact that he's even out there on something that needed X-rays, anyway.
Yeah.
This defensive front isn't getting the job done. Mm-hmm. Now, to me, I'm sorry, but if you're in this position, Chris, mm-hmm. and you see that your defense getting gashed on the ground is the issue for 2 years now, mm-hmm. and you're not trying other things, but you keep going back to the same guys, that's insanity. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and say Isaiah Loudermilk is the okay.
Yeah.
But he was drafted as a run stopper. Yeah. It's his thing. Mm-hmm. We saw in the preseason Mark Robinson.
Yeah, I was going to say Mark Robinson. Yeah.
I mean, all he did was just fly to the ball carrier and annihilate them. He looked like, for those of you who go back with the Steelers, looked like a rookie level Kendrell Bell.
Yeah.
Okay,
mm-hmm.
and it's like, and you're just letting him just. Put him on the field for run plays and sit Devin Bush down.
Yeah. Even though I think Devin Bush actually had a pretty good game. I mean,
he had some good plays and then he had some really awful plays.
Yeah,
so that's not a good game.
No. This is becoming
it's past becoming, Chris. We're way down the road of becoming.
Yeah.
This is a lousy run defense.
Yeah, it's a dangerous trend. If you're not going to have TJ Watt in, which you're one more game for sure when you're playing the Buffalo Bills without TJ Watt, and then God knows how much longer it's going to be, because again, this is a pec tear. That's not a.
Hey, I tell you what, if they're 1-4 after Buffalo, I don't want to see TJ Watt.
Yeah,
I'm serious. Yeah. I'm serious. Anyway, this defense is not good. This offense is still not good. Mm-hmm. Kenny came in and gave it
a spark
and energy. He also threw some good footballs, okay? I mean, but he wasn't ever going to be the singular answer.
No.
And you're going to hear a lot of people saying after the fact, everybody said Kenny was just going to come in and fix everything. Show me that person. Show me that individual. That was the number one problem, but it hardly meant that it was the only one.
Yeah, definitely not the only problem. And again, the offense did put up 14 points in the second half. They did do a lot better.
What you needed to do to win the game.
Yeah, you have to be able to score points. They only scored 6 in the first half, and that was only because the Jets spotted the Steelers 3 points, and then Chris Boswell nails a 59-yard field goal.
He has a bionic leg.
Yeah.
And it's just not a good football team right now, and there's a lot of work to do, beginning with the head coach declaring Kenny Pickett the starting quarterback.